So actually, I just heard Harris talking about the Indian constitution being secular. I mean, Nehru and Gandhi making Indian constitution secular. So actually
I
the
know it's
original
Ambedkar. I know it's Ambedkar. I know that Baba Ambedkar, but I was
no
simply saying, okay.
no okay all right, it's Ambedkar, but my point is the original constitution that was framed by Baba Ambedkar wasn't actually secular. It didn't anywhere say that India is a secular country. The word secular was added in 1976 by Indira Gandhi in the constitution. That too by enforcing emergency on the entire country and by a majority in the parliament without any opposition. So
without any opposition? That is
without
crazy.
any opposition in the parliament, because that time she has just jailed many leaders from the opposition. Can you just check that info?
Yeah, of course. This is new. This is new to me. I know that the central claim or the central difference between India and Pakistan was that Nehru and the founding fathers of India was saying that India is going to be a secular country. Now, obviously, this is a technical detail which I wasn't aware of, that the word secular was added in the 70s.
Yeah, but that was actually but that was actually opposed by Baba Saheb Ambedkar himself, because he was a strong supporter of democracy, and he was of the view that who are we to tell that people that this country will be secular or socialist. It is for the people to choose that whether they want to be secular or a socialist country or not. But
I just
so original.
Okay, I got your point, but I just asked ChatGPT. So this is what ChatGPT is telling me. It's telling me that India became a secular country on 26th of January 1950 when its constitution came into effect. Now, here's the point. The Constitution of India, which was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on November 26, 1949, declares India as sovereign, socialist, secular, and democratic republic. However, the term secular was added to the preamble of the Constitution through the 42nd Amendment in 1976. So my point is, now again, obviously I'm not being an expert on any of this, and I know there might be a lot more nuances, but I'm saying that the claim, even though, and correct me on that, even though the word secular might not have been added in the Constitution, but weren't the foundations of India supposed to be kind of neutral and secular?
Well, it was added later.
It was politically, there were many kinds of ideologies back then. So yeah, but if you want, yes, Congress did wanted to be secular, but that is a different matter that I don't consider their secularism, true secularism.
No, I get that. I know your grievances on that, but my point is, but in your opinion, when India came into existence in 49, when the Constitution was drafted or put in effect, weren't the basis of India secular? They did not go by this is a Hindu republic. I'm not saying the word.
No,
fair enough, the word wasn't added, but in principle, it was a secular country, because I know Nehru has given multiple speeches where he said that modern India is going to be a secular country.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we mean by that. I understand that the nuance is that the modern Indians have a problem with the secular nature, because you say, well, it's not secular, it's appeasing the minorities. I get that, but those can be tweaked a little bit more to make it better.
Okay.
But India itself, and I was giving you guys a context that India being a secular country, and in my latest video that I created, I hope you check it out. India ended up becoming a secular country. Pakistan ended up becoming a Muslim country, a Muslim welfare modern state. I don't know what the hell that is. But look at the result. India is not, India is miles ahead. There's far more social cohesion in India, as dynamic as it is, because it's like 120 million people. 1.4 billion people. Yeah. 1,200 million people. That's what I meant. And on the other hand, look, Pakistan is disintegrating because it's a Muslim republic. So, yeah.
Okay, I get it, but actually my point was that what do you think of that means in 1976 that emergency was enforced and then these changes were made in the constitution, in the preamble? I mean, isn't that means not legal to do? Illegal.
Well, I don't know. To be honest, I'm gonna plead my ignorance. I was not even aware of this. I don't know about this. I know Indira Gandhi was accused of being very dictatorial and authoritarian by nature, but I don't really know the context of it. I don't know. You say that it passed unopposed. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, so I'm not gonna give my judgment on that. But I'm saying, in my view, India being the secular country is what sets it apart from the chaos that is taking place in Pakistan. If India was not a secular country, say goodbye to all the accolades and all the respect that India gets from the world. If India was not a secular country. That's my opinion. But your question is that I don't know much about I don't know the context, so I'm not going to give any opinion on that.
People are saying you're right, Divya, in the live chat. So people are confirming.
Yeah. Well, I think she's right. Yeah, she's definitely right about this constitutional amendment in 1976. The word was added later on. Yeah. Okay.
So Divya, what do you think about this? Katie is saying Gandhi's version of secularism, which is what a lot of Indians are taught to be secularism, is not the French secularism. Indian secularism is more like all religions should live in harmony. Well, that's also like what the French. What do you agree, Divya?
Yes. Actually, for me, it's an irony because Gandhi was very religious man. So if anyone calling him that he is the one behind secularism, responsible for secular India.
I don't think it's irony. I think that's I think a lot of people misunderstand what secularism is. So they think like that's why they don't understand when religious people push for secularism. I think it's completely in line with secularism. Doesn't mean you're an atheist. Secularism just means that you just don't want to have one religion empowering. Go on.
I don't mean he had. Means that is my problem. He didn't just kept his religion or his views to himself. He was into religious politics. He wanted religion into politics, and that's what is irony for me, because secularism actually means that you differentiate religion from politics. And
what kind of religion?
What he did all his life, or
what religion did he bring into politics?
What religion? Not one religion. I mean, he did very religious kind of politics. So, if you want, I can just email you details about it.
Or maybe next time you could come and tell us live on air. That would be great.
Okay. So a little bit of a quick research. Man, I'm in love with this super smart alien that I have. So Mahatma Gandhi did not explicitly use the term secular, but he always pushed for all religion for a society to be inclusive. For example, in his speech in 1947, Gandhi said, "I'm a Hindu, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian, I'm a Jew, and so are all of you." So this statement actually it is a very secular statement to make. It's like, it doesn't matter basically what you are. We're all the same. Okay. But Nehru, however, and Chacha Nehru, as we like to call him, Nehru said in multiple places where he pushed for secular India, and explicitly used the term secular as well. Secular and democratic country as well. We have a great deal, and a quote, "We have a great deal of work ahead of us. First and foremost, we must establish a democratic and secular state." He said that in 1947. There are 4 more examples In The Discovery of India, Nehru wrote, I quote, "The unity of India lies not in its religion, but in its culture. It is a culture that has been shaped by the contributions of many different communities, and it is this diversity that makes India strong." In a speech in 1949, he said, our object in framing the Constitution is to lay down certain principles which will guide the country in the future. We have laid great emphasis on the principle of secularism, and it is our hope that this principle will be upheld in the years to come, end quote. In a letter to chief ministers of Indian states in 1950, Nehru wrote, "The concept of secularism means the separation of religion from politics. India is a country of many religions and communities, and it is essential that the state remains neutral in matters of religion," end quote. And another one, last one, I'll let you go after that. In a speech, geez, this is amazing. In a speech to the All India Congress Committee in 1946, this is before partition, Nehru said, quote, "The future constitution of India should be secular, and this does not mean that we will have no regard for religion." This is beautiful. "It means that the state will have no religion, and every man will be free to profess, practice, and propagate any religion he chooses." If I was an Indian, and if there was one single person I would be so proud of, that would be Chacha Nehru. This is brilliant. And yeah, he did explicitly use the term secular.
Troel is saying French secularism is no religion in politics. Indian, or more precisely, Gandhian secularism, because you just said Nehru has another view. Gandhian secularism is all religions and politics, not just one. So basically, it's not that there's not a separation of religion and politics, but all the religions have a say together in politics rather than separating it from politics.
But I mean, we also got to point out Gandhi was the spiritual face of the British independence movement. Nehru was the brains, in a way that he was more practical.
Yes.
He was a statesman. He was a genius behind it. So he was. I've read it so many times before as well. In this trifecta of Gandhi, Nehru, and Jinnah, Nehru is my favorite, hands down.
Dr. Ambedkar is
but but I'm talking about the leading men of that. On Indians, how we had Gandhi.
Leading? Nehru. Wasn't Dr. Ambedkar like the writer of the Constitution?
Yeah, he was. But you're going in a secondary leadership. Yeah, I'm a Baba Ambedkar fan too. Don't get me wrong. I love that guy too. But I'm saying Nehru. He was the grand architect, and I know why people hate him. So a lot of Indian nationalists today hate both Gandhi and Nehru, and I think this is great injustice to those wonderful humans. I
love him more when they hate him.
They did the best that they could do, and I reckon if Gandhiji was not around, then maybe Nehru might have been a bit more. But nothing could have been done. Unfortunately, you could blame the British for the separation, and I intend to make a detailed 40-minute video on that. But anyway, Nehru was such a genius. He knew that, and he actually he laid down the principles time and time again. And this is the reason. Look at this: a religion like Islam, which is very authoritarian, which is very inclusive and isolationist kind of a religion like that. Half the Muslims. Not half, more than 35% of the Muslims of the Indian subcontinent chose to stay back in the Hindu India. You know why they chose to stay back? Because it wasn't a Hindu India, it was a secular India. The principles that were laid down by Nehru, those were secular, and people believed in it. And of course, there's some other reasons for that as well. But today's Indian nationals are upset with Nehru because they blame Nehru and Gandhi that, hey, you let this division happen. That's not a good reason to hate these guys. These guys did what they could. Anyway, they did their best.
Okay, I want to read something. I want to read Dr. Ambedkar's views on. Oh, go on. You go first, and then I'll read this. Dr. Divya, go on. You want to say something?
Actually, right now I only want to say one line. If Gandhi's secularism is exactly the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. If you apply Gandhi's secularism in Pakistan, that is exactly what you get.
No, really? How? Also in Pakistan?
Yeah.
No, in Pakistan, Hindus and Christians are discriminated. Ahmadis are discriminated legally, how does Gandhi's inclusionism is Pakistani secularism? How? Explain that to me. Gandhi's saying we're all the same. Pakistan doesn't say we're all the same. Pakistan said we are Muslims. We are better than Hindus and Christians. How is Gandhi's secularism Pakistan secularism? Or Pakistan? You can't even mention secularism with Pakistan in one sentence.
No.
No, seriously, tell me, Divya.
I
Tell
will
me. I
send
want
you
to know.
details about that.
No, I don't need the detail. I just want to
Okay,
simplify
I will
version of the argument.
No, don't put Divya. Maybe prepare your case
Okay.
and come next week, and we
Okay.
could discuss that later. Okay, next week. Okay.
Okay, Divya, nice seeing you. Thank you. I'm sorry about last week. We couldn't hear you. I think there was an internet connection problem.
Yes, but today is good.
Yeah.
I like the topic that you brought up today.
Yeah, that's a good topic. I want to know, and thank you for educating us. I wasn't aware that the word secular was added in 76, 42nd Amendment. But having said that, though, I still stand by my original claim that at the time of the partition of the subcontinent, India was the secular one and Pakistan was the Islamic one. Okay,
All right,
thank you.
all right. Okay, thank you, Divya. We'll talk to you again next week. Okay, bye. To have your questions answered on the next live stream, become my patron today. You can do so with as little as $1 a month. Link in the description below.